Hey guys, it's Adrian over BHA here, bringing you a new video. So the great folks over at LinknLink sent me over another cool kit to show you guys. Now we have looked at some LinknLink products before and they do a great job of making things simple. They're very easy to set up. They're really designed for simplicity. Today we're going to be looking at their Eremote Pro TV kit. Now this thing's pretty cool. Basically what this is going to be an Eremote hub, which is infrared. I think it does like 22 different kinds of infrared, and it's long range infrared, so it should reach pretty well in any kind of room that has open visibility. But you put that in front of the devices that you want to control, and then you have their Bluetooth Remote Pro version, which will communicate directly with that hub. Now what this means is you don't necessarily have to have the remote pointing at the device you want to control as long as the hub has visibility and can send those commands to it. Because you're going to use the remote, it's going to Bluetooth to that hub, and then the hub will control the device. And the cool thing about it is it's only 25 bucks on Amazon's website. That's pretty awesome. This is great for lost remotes or devices that maybe have broken remotes. This is a great replacement for that. Nonetheless, let's see what all we can do with it. Here we go. Now again, I kind of already talked about the fact that it's only 25 bucks on Amazon's website, which I think is a great deal. The other cool feature is because this thing not only is Bluetooth capable and can work with the LinknLink app, utilizing Alexa devices and Alexa routines, you can actually control smart devices around your house as well. So maybe you want to use those buttons to also turn the lights on and off. You will have that capability. So without further ado, let's get started. Here we are with the box. Now let me preface this with saying that my packaging will probably be a little bit different than yours, since mine is kind of the beta version of this product. So the packaging will probably look a little bit better when you get it than what I have. Mine's pretty basic. But nonetheless, we got a small box in here that looks like the Eremote hub, and then of course we have the actual remote. So first things first, we got the Bluetooth remote. Now yours may look slightly different as well, since again this is the beta version, but should be pretty close. Other than that, we got the Eremote hub. Now this is a pretty small form factor box. I mean, the device itself is pretty small. Alright, let's get this box opened up here. It's got a nice round sleek design. It should basically be able to receive infrared from any direction. That USB power port is there on the bottom. It comes with a user manual and a power cord as well, but that's about it. Let's go ahead and move on to the next step, and we'll get everything added into the LinknLink app. So here we are in the LinknLink app on my phone. If I hit that plus up in the top corner, I can click on Add Device. And so first things first, we want to get the hub added. So we're going to click on E-Series hubs and devices here, and then we want the Smart IR and BLE hub down there at the bottom. Now, if yours is brand new, then as soon as you plug it in and power it up, the light should start flashing, meaning it is in pairing mode. So we're going to go ahead and hit next here. Next, you will need to make sure your phone has Bluetooth turned on. Assuming it does, then of course you're going to add in the Wi-Fi information for the hub to connect to. Now remember, this is a 2.4 gigahertz device, so it will not support 5 gigahertz. So make sure you're putting in the right information there. We'll give it a second to get connected, and boom. Now we can give it a location if we want. I'm going to choose living room here. And we'll go ahead and give it a name if we want to as well. I'm going to just call it Eremote. But that's it. The hub is now added to the app. At this point, we are ready to get the remote itself added. So if we click on Eremote here, you can see there at the top, the remote is not currently connected. And of course, there's currently no appliances or devices added as well. So we're going to click on BLE Remote there at the top. And we want to select the Pro version there, which is also there at the top. Okay, so we need to be in a Bluetooth range of the hub. So basically, as long as you're in the same room as the hub, you should be good to go. We will let the hub scan for the remote, and we just give it a few seconds here, and that's it. We can now assign it to a room. Again, I'm going to say living room, since that's where this is all going to be set up. We could change the name of the remote if we wanted to. I'm just going to stick with the default. And then of course it gives you the option to modify sub-functions if we wanted to. For now, I'm going to leave everything the default because I think at this point we are basically ready to move on to the next step, and we're going to get my TV added to the LinknLink app. Then we'll be able to start controlling it with the remote. Okay, so let's get my TV added to the Eremote hub. Now this will give us the ability to not only control the TV from the LinknLink app, but we can bind the TV to the Bluetooth remote as well, which will allow us to control the TV using the remote. So let's click on Add Appliance here, and then you can see there are several categories. We're going to choose TV. It gives you a little info on adding a TV before you proceed, so basically make sure you leave all the devices on while you're trying to add it. Also, if you don't see your TV in the list, you can choose to learn the remote. So it's more of a manual process, but it will work. Then the last one there, kind of obvious, make sure your TV does support infrared. So once you're good with all that, then you can hit Add Appliance down at the bottom. We're going to select our brand of TV from the list. So mine is a Sony, so I'm going to scroll all the way down towards the bottom there. It's a pretty extensive list, as you can see. Once we click on Sony, it lists out a lot of different model TVs here. So you're going to want to look at what model TV you have. And you can usually find that in like the settings section of your TV. There's usually like maybe an about section. My model TV isn't actually on this list, so we're going to go ahead and click on Can't Find My Model down there at the very bottom. When we do that, it gives us a few different options to try, which are probably the most common Sony infrared codes for TVs. So let's go ahead and start with option 1, and it does preface by telling you that, hey, you need to try multiple buttons to make sure that this option is going to work well for your TV. And as it is, option 1 actually does not perform completely. So like the volume buttons seem to be reversed. So most functionality is there, but not everything. So we'll go ahead and say doesn't work here, and we're going to try option 2. Now option 2 definitely is working a lot better. All the buttons seem to be performing as they should and have the correct functionality. So I think that's good. So I think we're going to say works well here down at the bottom. We'll go ahead and hit continue here. And now we can change the name of the device if we want. So I'm going to call it Living Room TV. And we're done. At this point, we can control the TV from the LinknLink app without any issues. But what we want to do is we want to get this to work with the remote as well. So let's go back. We're going to choose BLE Remote Pro here. And you can see they have various default options listed there at the top, like Vizio and Roku. But we're going to hit those 3 dots up in the top corner. And we're going to click on Bind Device. And since we already have this device added, you can see it show in the list there. We'll choose Living Room TV. Give it a second, and we are done. It's as simple as that. So you can see how easy it is to not only add all of our LinknLink devices to the app, but we've also got our TV added as well and got it bound with the remote, so it's fully functional with that Bluetooth remote. Let's go ahead and move on to the next step, and I'll go over the various config options within the app. So here we are in the LinknLink app.
Let's just start with the Eremote. You can see there at the top that it shows the BLE Remote Pro connected to it. Down below that is where all the devices or appliances are listed that are associated with the Eremote. We currently just have my living room TV, but we could add more and they would all be listed there. If we want to add more devices, we hit that plus up in the top corner. But right next to that is the menu button, those three dots. We got backup or restore. We want to make sure we keep a valid configuration. No person time, which I have no clue what that actually does. Mod bus config, and then settings down there at the bottom. So under settings, we can change the device name and location. We can view the device information. This is where we can come to do firmware updates or check for firmware updates if we wanted to. We can view the sub devices that are connected to the hub here as well, which we already know is just that Remote Pro and the TV that we have added. If we had any notifications set up, they would be listed here. We can also set up new notifications here as well. Lock device is a security feature that keeps other people's on your wireless network from being able to access the hub, so that's kind of cool. It is enabled by default. Other than that, you got Siri and NFC configuration down there at the bottom. So if we back out of that, we can go into the BLE Remote Pro. We looked at some of this earlier. It's got the various default configs along the top there, Roku, Samsung, LG, and Vizio. But if we hit those three dots up in the corner, this is where we bound that remote to our living room TV. So we do have the ability to rebind a specific key if we wanted to. We can edit the name for those various defaults like Roku and LG if we wanted to change those. You can view the user guide here as well as properties where we go for the rest of the settings. So we can change the remote name and location if we wanted to. We have the ability to view that device information. We can also change the names of the buttons on the remote. Not sure why we want to do that, but you do have the option to do that if you wanted to. Lastly, we have the notification settings, which again, we don't have any set up currently, but if we did, they would be listed here, and of course we can add new ones. Backing out of that, let's go into the living room TV, which is the TV that we have added. It gives you that warning that not all buttons will work, but we got all our controls here, which we can control the TV right here from the app. If we hit the three dots up in the top corner, we have a timer, which is kind of cool. Maybe you want to have your TV power off after 30 minutes. You can set a timer here and then tell it to hit that power button, and it will actually power the TV off when that timer goes off. If some of the functionality isn't working correctly, we can relearn buttons here. We have the ability to back up the config just to be safe and make sure that we don't lose any configuration. And of course the property button is down there at the bottom. So we have the ability to change the name and location, again, as well as view the device information. But that's about everything you can do in the LinknLink app for the Eremote hub, Bluetooth remote, and TV controls. Let's go ahead and move on to the last step, and I will give you my final thoughts. Alright, so the Eremote TV Kit Pro. You saw how easy it is to set this thing up. I mean, within a few minutes, you can have the Eremote hub added to the LinknLink app, and even have devices added to it as well. So having the ability to control it not only from this remote, which we set up, that Bluetooth remote, but also from the app makes it that much better. And being able to do all of this for under 30 bucks is amazing. This is a great alternative for those lost and broken remotes that we end up with. I will have links to both LinknLink's website as well as their Amazon storefront in the description below. If for some reason you're not interested in this particular product, head over there and see what else they have to offer. I guarantee you'll find something that you do like.
As always, I want to thank everybody for donating to my Buy Me a Coffee link. Every little bit helps. If you haven't had a chance, head over to my spring merchandise page and check out all of the Burns home automation merchandise. If you're looking for the latest smart home gear, you're going to want to check out SMONet. I'll have a link in the description below. head over there and see what deals they currently have running. If you're looking for the latest smart window treatment, you're going to want to check out Smartwings. I'll have a link in the description below for them as well. Head over there and see what specials they currently have running. And if you're looking for SIM cards for various IoT devices that maybe need to be reached by cellular, then look no further than Eiotclub. I'll have a link in the description below. You can head over there and see what deals they currently have running. And we can't forget about Eufy. Eufy has tons of smart products, tons of cameras and other cool features like doorbells and door locks. If you're looking for cool smart home gear, you're going to want to check out Eufy as well. I'll have a link in the description below for all of these different sites. You're going to want to check them out for yourself and see what deals they currently have running. If you're interested in buying and selling stock or maybe cryptocurrency, you're going to want to check out Robinhood. I'll have a link in the description below. If you sign up with that link, you and I both will get a free share of stock. It's a win-win for both of us. If you liked the video, please subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up in the comments below. As always, if there are any videos out there that you would like to see that I don't already have out there, let me know in the comments as well, and I'll see if I can't get something put together for you guys. Otherwise, I'll see you guys around.